Hello, it's your Gen X Big Sister here. Today I am going to talk about Threads, the app. Don't sleep on it, particularly midlife women and Gen X women. All right, so in case you don't know, Threads is Meta's version of Twitter X. So as people sort of moved away from X, there's a lot of different apps that they moved to, and Meta, it's actually like attached to your Instagram. It started a separate app called Threads, and you may have mixed feelings about Meta. I totally get it. I have mixed my feelings are very complex as well, but I really do enjoy social media. So, and if you are a midlife woman that enjoys social media, either for personal reasons or for part of something that you're building professionally or building a brand or etc., then I would say really check out Threads if you haven't already. And for those of you who have already, then you know what I'm talking about and you can comment on that to back me up. Okay. So here's what happened for me. So I signed up for Threads when it came along, but I didn't really do anything with it. I stopped using Twitter. I no longer felt like that platform was resonating, connecting for me. I didn't feel connected there. And I was focused mainly on Instagram anyway for building my brand and for promoting my podcast and stuff. So I already had a lot going on with Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. And I found that when I would post things on Instagram, some of the time I would just automatically repost on Threads. I would just repost the same thing. And it never really got that much traction. I didn't have, too many followers. I had hardly any at all, actually. So it was just sort of this side place, this side platform that I used sometimes and didn't really, I felt kind of hidden and quiet and under the radar, which was kind of cool in its own way. So I only reposted there sometimes, or I vented on some political topics that I didn't want to put on my Facebook or my Instagram. So things like that. Well, one day I happened to open up the app. This was in early December. I opened up the Threads app and I'm scrolling through the feed, and all of a sudden I'm just noticing post after post after post talking about midlife women, Gen X women, women over 40, women over 50, and having conversations with like lots of comments, lots of thought out, well written comments, lots of opinions and stories being shared. And I was like, whoosh, wow, because I've been building my brand, since I left my corporate job 3 years ago. I've been working online and it's been slow, steady, and engagement has been really, really hard on those other platforms. Facebook, I would get some traction, but Instagram, I really had a hard time getting comments and sometimes getting views. And I wasn't sure if it was like the topics that I was talking about, because I talk about topics important to midlife women and especially important to midlife women living a lifestyle outside of the traditional norm, expectation, whatever. And some of them were kind of personal topics. So I chalked it up to, okay, well, people just don't want to publicly comment on some of these personal topics. And so then this day comes where I discover what's happening in my feed on Threads. And all I did was post, hold on, let me pull it up. I made one little innocent little post that started like a wave for me. So it basically said, where is it? There it is. Okay. It says, my feed is exploding with Gen X women over 50 here I am, would love to meet you. And it went absolutely viral. It, I mean, I got, let's see, I mean, I got like hundreds of comments and got to like 70,000 views. And it was just like, it just took off out of nowhere, just this, you know, basic little thing. So then I started to continue, I started to specifically talk about those topics. So I got into more detail. Like one of them, I talked about the fact that I just turned 59 and I'm heading into this is my 60th year, and I feel like something magic is going to happen. There's something magic about turning 60. And I was looking for ideas of how to celebrate. And I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ideas and suggestions. So I ended up like compiling them all into a list and putting a link to share that with people. And they wanted the ideas too. We started to have two-way conversations. We talked about childhood nostalgia, like what memory do you have as a Gen X person? Let me go first. And that was such an amazing and fun walk down memory lane. I still love to revisit that post and just scroll through the comments. This is my first experience with having hundreds of comments on a post. So just to clarify, and the fun in that and just hearing different people's experiences. I had another post where I asked about what was your first job, where you got paid, and how old were you? And just hearing the stories of things that these Gen X women did in their first jobs. And they were starting when they were 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16. There were a few that didn't start till older, but the vast majority was really young. And the stories that they were sharing was just mind-blowing. I made a post asking, who here has started over after the age of 50? Tell me about it. That post really blew me away, because when I heard the types of things that we Gen X women were doing, and starting amazing careers, amazing projects, doing amazing things with their families, with their relationships. I mean, it was so inspired. I felt myself so jazzed and inspired. I keep saying about like how I've been feeling optimistic about 2026, and because of the political climate, I've felt a little bit of shame about feeling that way. I think it's this connection that I've been seeing amongst women on threads that has given me some hope, because some of the real exchanges of stories and the real empowering each other and pumping each other up it's just been validating, it's been encouraging, and it really has given me hope. And that is what sort of inspired me to do the virtual coffee chats. My first time around, I didn't get that many involved. Now we have like over 160 women signed up to do these Gen X virtual coffee chats, which is mind blowing. But it's because we're really enjoying those conversations that we're having, and we're realizing we're not alone, and we're all facing a lot of stuff. One of the posts that I made was about friendships and making friends in midlife and beyond, and how difficult it is sometimes to make new friends, or nurturing the ones that you have, or you grow apart from people that you used to be friends with, etc. So if you enjoy social media, you're trying to get some traction somewhere, if you have not checked out Threads yet, I highly recommend that you do it. If you do, connect with me. I am there under amypalmer.today, amypalmer.today. So that's what I'm there for, Threads and Instagram, amypalmer.today. I would love to connect with you and have some conversations. And I think that's all I got. That's all I got. So check us out. Come join the conversation. This is your Gen X Big Sister signing out. Please, please like and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be talking about all the things that are important to midlife and Gen X women. I'm going to share my personal journeys with leaving my corporate career, becoming a nomad. We're going to talk about menopause. We're going to talk about everything. So please like and subscribe to this channel. Signing out.